Hey there, Mr. Morrison here at Shafter High School, where we just completed Mental Health Awareness Month in May. A lot of people are struggling right now. I made some videos, you might have seen those if you're watching this. If not, the links are down below. Uh, just talking to the students and staff here about mental health, mental struggles, and how I've dealt with that, and how I've gotten through that, and how it's okay, but we need to get help. We need to talk to somebody, and there's nothing wrong with that. We try to erase the stigma of mental health struggles and what that means to people. So check out those videos if you haven't, or have your kids watch them with you even. But this one's for the parents. We completed the month as a family here at Shafter, staff, students, everybody, but parents are part of the family too. And as a parent myself of 2 teenagers and 3 younger kids, I know the struggles of mental health. And depression, suicidal thoughts, self-harm, and many other mental struggles are probably at an all-time high right now. I don't have the numbers on that, but just knowing the year that the entire world has gone through, it's a pandemic all by itself, mental struggles. Students for the last year have had their friends, their social routines, their bonds with teachers, for many of them their safe places taken away from them. This lockdown, this pandemic, this everything has really taken a toll on our kids, on our students' mental health. And as a teacher, I can tell you that depression in the deepest forms has hit students of every type, of every personality, maybe students you wouldn't expect. It's really affected everybody in alarming numbers. So I come to you today as a teacher, as a parent who has seen this happen with multiple children in my own house, and it's heartbreaking. And also someone who has dealt with and is still dealing with major depressive disorder and suicidal ideation in my own life, myself. So I'm here today to talk to you about your kids and what you can do. And I want you to set judgment aside. Set judgment aside and talk to your kids. Their feelings are not made up. Again, as a parent of teenagers, myself, sometimes we can take students' behaviors or actions as some kind of rebellion against us, or a reflection of our relationship with them, but the depression is real. They are not making it up to get at you, to get under your skin as a reaction to anything you've done. It's real. It's an injury. And just like we wouldn't tell our kids to just get over that broken leg, just get over that coronavirus you got, whatever it is, we wouldn't do that to them. Well, mental health struggles, depression, it's the same thing. It's not going to go away on its own. And I dealt with that in my own life, my family. You know, when you don't understand it, you wonder, why don't you just choose to be happy? Why are you doing this to me? Guess what? It's not about you. Okay? It's not something that they control. They wish they could. It's not something that people choose to be in this deep depression. It is very much a mental injury that needs to be dealt with the same way any other mental obstacle or health obstacle would be. And again, it's not necessarily a reflection of their relationship with you, but how you help them or how you don't plays a big factor. So what do I mean? The sad truth is, we've had students here this year who have dealt with some very deep depressions. And there have been parents who have even said to the student, you know what, it's going to make me look bad if people have to come help you. Tough love now, one parent to another. If you don't get help for your child, it makes you look bad. It's not about you. What your child wants is for you to come into them, put judgment aside, say I love you, hug them, and say let's talk about it. They need someone that they can be open with, vulnerable with, who's not going to judge them for the feelings, but who's going to see where they're at and help them get help. That's what our kids need. So don't be afraid, or don't be worried about what people will think. I get it. I'm a parent too, and you wonder, oh man, are people going to think that I'm a terrible parent? Are people going to think that my home is not good for children? Are all these thoughts go through our heads? But when your child is dealing with depression, and I'm telling you now, it's real. It's not a made-up thing. When they're dealing with depression, the best parenting you can do is to get them help. Unless you are a psychologist, we can't do it. We can talk to them, we can love on them, but they need help. And it breaks my heart. I've seen so many of my students who are just, they're heartbroken because they need help. And having gone through the depression myself, I know what they're going through, and kids don't. It's just not, it's not fair. And it's not their fault. It's not your fault. It's this last year we've had that's put a lot of people into this situation. So we need to love on them. We need to get them help. There are people here at the school who are trained to talk with your children, who have resources and references to get them help outside of the school, depending on what your abilities are, or your schedules, or whatever it is. But talk to somebody for your kid, with your kid. Just love on them. Right now they're feeling like the world doesn't love them, and that's just not fair. So maybe you're dealing with depression yourself, which makes the obstacles for your family incredibly difficult. But be open with your kids about that. Let them know that you're struggling too, and maybe we all need to talk to somebody and get some help. Be open. Seek help for all of you. There's, the history books are going to look back at the numbers of people who died during the coronavirus pandemic. I'm not sure if the history books are going to record the lasting mental effects that are going to go on for generations. I mean, the teenagers today are going to live their entire life with mental scars, with memories of the tough times they went through now. And we have to start fixing that. We have to heal that to the best we can. So please, parents, I'm talking to you today. Check on your kids, love on your kids, put judgment aside. Say, let's see how we can find happiness together. It's important. It's bigger than the coronavirus. Giving these kids a chance at life, a chance at happiness, starts now with how we help them through this. So please do that. If you want to reach out to me, you can at the school, or anybody at the school, to find ways to get help, to find resources, to talk with your children. Super important. So do that. All right. I'm praying for you all. I love all your children to death. Maybe the wrong choice of words, but I love your children incredibly, and I want the best for them and for you. So God bless. Reach out when you need it, and I'll talk to you soon.